Leading off for Ozark, number 1, Carson Dunlap.
Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get baseball underway. Fourth game of the day. It is a game that was slated for a 2 o'clock start and gets underway at 2:02. Not shabby. Mississippi Elite, Ozark, Alabama. Ozark decked out in the white predominantly. Black sleeves and collar, black numbers bordered in red. And I'm calling it burnt orange. More of a bronze look for the Elite. In the center field, and Carson Dunlap will deliver to begin things. This is the game that decides who represents Pool E in bracket play. So it is a big game between these two.
Now batting for Ozark, the shortstop, number 14, Max Burgley.
Carson Dunlap leading off with a single to center field. Let's get the lineup set for you for Ozark. Dunlap batting in the 1 spot.
The courtesy runner from the catcher, number 12, Trevor
Max
Morris.
Bergreen is the 2-hitter. Harrison Gray batting in the 3 spot. Ryan Ledford hits 4th. Blaine McDaniel is the 5-hitter. Jackson Chaney in the 6 spot. Landon Joseph hits 7th. Hunter Whitehead is the 8-hitter. And Jackson Dessinger is the 9-hitter for Ozark. All facing Dakota Lee on the bump for Mississippi Elite. Blake Polk behind the plate. At first is Cade Madison. Hunter Robinson at second. The shortstop is Nicholas Vance. Luke Odom at third. The outfield has Cade May in left. In center field, Reed Barlow and Sam Mansell is in right. Bunted up, and the catch made, and the double play turned. Lee able to come in and catch the popper by Bergreen on the butt, and Dunlap caught off the bag at first.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 17, Harrison Gray.
So take the base runner off the base path, put a couple of outs underneath the OUTE column, and Harrison Gray will step in with the bases cleared and 2 gone. Pitches inside from Dakota Lee. Ryan Ledford moving to the on-deck circle. On the outside part of the plate, and the count goes even at 1. Warm here in Ozark, Alabama, but it's the deep south and it's July. 91 degrees, might warm to 92 before the day is out. Feels like 98. 52% humidity. Southwest winds at 5, 10-mile visibility, and the UV index is 10. Chop back to Lee, backhands over to first with a throw, and Gray will go down on the 1-3 putout. Got a base hit, but Dunlap picked off at first, turns into a 3-up, 3-down inning as we head to the bottom of the first.
It was in 1957 when 23 members of the Alexandria, Louisiana Youth Baseball Association saw the need to change a long-held practice of 13-year-olds competing in a division with 14 and 15-year-old athletes. These nearly 24 baseball progressives envisioned a league in which teens could exhibit their talents on a field custom designed for their skill sets, with rules that would allow for a smoother transition to traditional baseball-size playing fields. It was in that year that these baseball visionaries gave birth to Dixie Boys Baseball. The program had humble beginnings, with 7 leagues formed in the first year. For 3 years, Dixie Boys Baseball only existed in Louisiana, but in 1960, Mississippi joined, in 61, Alabama. And today, there are more than 350 leagues in 11 states, more than 1,200 teams, and better than 25,000 participants in programs for 13 through 19-year-olds. When Dixie Boys baseball turned 16, the now National Board of Directors of Dixie Boys decided it was time to grow again, and in 1973 established Dixie Majors Baseball for 15 to 17-year-olds. 5 years later, Dixie Majors added 18-year-olds. The life of Dixie Boys and Majors has been a progressive evolution, adding a scholarship program in 1984, creating Junior Dixie Boys in 1996. The year 2000 led to the development of a Dixie Boys Directors Training Course, along with a gold medal performance in the USA Baseball Tournament of Stars. In 2006, 19-year-olds were allowed to participate in Dixie Majors Baseball. 2007, a pitch count was implemented in Dixie Boys Baseball to determine pitcher eligibility. Dixie Boys Baseball is recognized nationally for its efforts in promoting a safer environment for youth participants. In 2011, a Hall of Fame was created, with the only inductee that year, appropriately, program founder Bubba Brasher. In 2013, the 15U division was created and played their inaugural World Series this year.
Well, we will hopefully be able to get you that entire remembrance of 60 years of Dixie baseball a little bit later on. They've sped this game up a bit. Umpires typically, when you get your pitcher on the hill to begin the game, gets a few more warm-up tosses, but not that many for Javon Christian. Getting the lineup set for you, Hunter Robinson leading things off for Elite. Nicholson Vance batting in the 2 spot. Blake Polk is the 3-hitter. Luke Odom batting 4th. Into left field, and Hunter Robinson gets on to begin the inning for Mississippi Elite.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Nicholson Vance.
Luke Odom in the 4 spot. Reed Barlow batting 5th for the Elite. Dakota Lee in the 6 spot. Blake Wilburong is the 7-hitter. Sam Mansell batting 8th. Cade May is the 9 guy. Facing Javon Christian on the hill for Ozark. Behind the plate, Carson Dunlap. The first baseman is Blaine McDaniel. Ryan Ledford at second. Shortstop, Max Bergreen. And at third, Harrison Gray. Outfield, Hunter Whitehead in left. Jackson Dessinger is in center field, and the right fielder is Landon Joseph. Count even at 1 base runner on, swing and a miss, 1-2 on Nicholas Vance. Blake Polk moving to the on-deck circle. Reaching out, poking and foul, that is Vance. We know who represents Pool A and Pool B in bracket play. We know that Wiregrass, the Cardinals, will represent A. And Monroe, Louisiana, will represent Pool B. This one decides E. Both teams are 2-0 coming in. So one of these two teams will be the E champion and begin bracket play tomorrow. And the other will be one of, I think it is 15 teams that got here to play and did so in pool play, but did not in bracket play. Count even at 2 on Vance. Scores from earlier today. West Georgia, a 13-3 winner over Taylor, Rehoboth, Alabama. That's into left field. Diving, trying to get there, but coming up just a little bit short is Whitehead. It will roll towards the corner, and runners are on the move. Robinson will come in and score. And Vance with a double is at second. And now you've got an errant throw that's going to add bases. So a base hit and an error against Vance at third. Robinson comes in. Mississippi Elite's got the first run of the game.
Number 9, Blake Polk.
And Blake Polk to the plate with still nobody out. Luke Odom moves to the on-deck circle. Also this morning, Monroe, Louisiana in a 9-inning marathon. A game that was suspended for a bit because of rain there in Dothan. Hit over towards first. And the scoop by McDaniel over to the bag gets the out of Polk, but in from third comes Vance. One away, Luke Odom next.
Now batting, third baseman number 4, Luke Odom.
Reed Barlow to the on-deck circle. And Monroe a 10-3 win over Mendenhall. Louisiana beating Mississippi. Ryegrass Cardinals beating Chester County, Tennessee 17-6. Ruston, Louisiana over Havana, Florida 5-0. Charlotte County in the game that just wrapped up here beating Calhoun 16-1. And this one in the bottom of the first, 2-zip Mississippi Elite. With one away and nobody aboard. Luke Odom followed by Reed Barlow. Christian pitch is high. And it is 1-2. Top part of the inning, Ozark goes 1-2-3, high with the toss. And now even. Had a brief rain shower in one of the games. I think it was the second game of the day. A brief shower when the game was beginning. Lasted less than 5 minutes. Then got sunny, then got cloudy, and now the sun is brightly shining on a Saturday afternoon here in Ozark. Outside with a pitch and battling back from an 0-2 count, Luke Odom has walked.
Now batting on center fielder, number 11, Reed Barlow.
Reed Barlow with a base runner on, one away. Dakota Lee moving to the on-deck circle. Breeze is blowing into the face of the hitter currently. Throw goes over to first and safely back is Odom. The breeze has been somewhat brisk today, which has not been the case on the previous 2 days. On the outside part of the plate, strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High. Count goes even at 1 each. A ball is striking out. Into the strike zone again. Fouled out of play. Missing the strike zone to run the count even. Christian, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Reed Barlow. Luke Odom, the base runner, over at first. No effort, at least thus far, from Odom to try to take second. Counting it at 2, couple of runs have plated. Rolled over towards first, but foul. And it stays 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Well, it was fouled off to the right side, now the left side. And Reed Barlow trying to find something right down the middle. 2-zip advantage, Mississippi Elite. They hail from the Hattiesburg area. Of course, Ozark has the shortest trip to the stadium. Host team trying to get to bracket play and play tomorrow on a 3-game Sunday. High inside and the count runs full. Three balls, couple of strikes. Here's the payoff pitch from Christian. Gives the look to the base runner over at first, Odom, and then throws wide. And now a couple of base runners on. So Christian, back-to-back walks, putting Odom and Barlow on. And brings Dakota Lee to the plate. Blake Wilburong moving to the on-deck circle. Couple of base runners aboard. Dakota Lee steps in. One gone. That lawn out was the Polk ground out to first. Christian finding the strike zone there. Caught the outside part of the plate. Nice crowd on hand watching baseball on a warm Saturday afternoon. Getting underneath the shade of the grandstand. And then, of course, you got the big fans making things a little more pleasant, too. And for the fans who are watching the game, they can just step down, turn left, go to the concession stand, and enjoy some great food. There is absolutely no reason to be eating elsewhere when you can come here and enjoy, I hate to call it a concession stand. I mean, it's far better. It's almost like a ballpark restaurant. And better yet, all the proceeds go to Carroll High School's baseball program. So when you enjoy a great meal, you are helping out local baseball. Two-one offering, swing and a miss, and the count goes even at 2 on Dakota Lee. Here's the 2-2 offering from Christian. It's low, it's inside, and the count runs full. So Christian struggling a bit with his control. Gave up the base hit to Robinson, the base hit to Vance. Ground out to Polk, but walks back-to-back to Odom and Barlow, and the count full now on Lee. Hit to third. Grabbed there by Gray. He will go to third and get the force out. Fires over to first, though, and overshoots his target. Barlow will wind up going to third. Dakota Lee is at second. So Dakota Lee wrapping into the put out at third that got Odom off the base path for out number 2, but then the throw over by Gray misses his target by a mile.
Number 15.
Blaine McDaniel would need to be Ralph Sampson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe Manute Bol height to bring that one in. Into the strike zone to blank Wilberdong. Wilburong hits over to first. McDaniel fields. Wilburong's out. 2 are left on, but 2 come in and score. Mississippi Elite after a 19-minute first inning, leading it by 2.
She's frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
wherever life takes you. Remember, all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
Ryan Ledford starts off the top of the second. Blake McDaniel, Jackson Cheney due up in the inning 2. It is sent towards right, but foul by Ledford. Mississippi Elite getting a couple of runs out of the bottom part of the first. Hunter Robinson comes in. Nicholson Vance does the same. Couple of runners left on, Barlow and Lee. Ledford awaiting the pitch from Lee. High and away. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Lee's pitch. That's good looking. Looked like it was going to come in on Ledford and then broke into the strike zone and caught him looking. And there's one away.
Number 3, Blaine McDaniel.
First strikeout of the game for Lee as Blaine McDaniel comes to the plate. Opening pitch low, 1-0. Bottom of the second, Mississippi Elite will send their 8, 9, and 1 hitters to the plate. Mansell, May, and Robinson. Send right back to Lee. And he'll go part of the distance, underhand the rest of the way, and get McDaniel on the 1-3. Two outs in the top of the second, a game slated for 7, but obviously there are things that will keep it from going 7, the mercy rule and the time limit being premier. Or you could go beyond 7, 1 game, as we mentioned today. Goes 9, strike on the outside part of the plate to Cheney. The DH batting with 2 gone and nobody aboard. Landon Joseph to the on-deck circle. Wrapped over towards second, fielded by Robinson. He'll go to first, and 1-2-3 goes Ozark in the top of the second. 1.5 in, it's a 2-zip advantage, and that 2-zip lead belongs to the Elite.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Sam Mansell starts off the bottom of the second. Cade May, Hunter Robinson, 2 up in the inning 2. Ozark goes 1-2-3 in the top part of the inning. And here we are in the bottom part in really the Pool E championship. And it's a winner-take-all championship. If you win, you move on to bracket play. If you lose, your World Series comes to an end. What a diving catch in center field. Jackson Desinger able to get over and make the catch and deny Sam Mansell an opportunity to get on. One away for Cade May. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. One away. Pitch is fouled away. And it is 0-1. 6 games today, but only 3 tomorrow. 8 o'clock starts Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but 9 tomorrow. 2-hour windows to get the games in on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the same is true for Sunday with the exception of the championship, which will begin 2.5 hours after the game that precedes it. 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. Top part of the inning goes quickly. Ledford strikes out. McDaniel and Cheney ground out. On the corner, the count evens up at 2 on Cade May. May, the left fielder, getting his first at-bat here in the bottom part of the second in a 2-zip game. Here's the 2-2 offering from Christian. Too far inside, and the count runs full. Payoff pitch from Christian. On the corner, out goes Cade May. And there's 2 gone as we go back to the top of the order. Hunter Robinson next. Robinson with a single in the first and scored a run. Coming to the plate again to face Javon Christian. Some wind on a hot July afternoon, making things a little more pleasant for the fans. Here in the box, we've got AC, but an opening and closing of the door means that the AC is working overtime and not cooling like it typically should. I'd say probably 90 outside, 80 maybe here inside. Strike on the corner, and the count evens at 1. A ball, a strike, a couple of outs. Pitches inside, 2-1 on Hunter Robinson. Nicholas Vance moving to the on-deck circle. On the outside part of the plate, and the count evens up. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. Got a lot of 2s going on. It is hit to third, knocked down by Gray over to first. And he's gotten in time to first. 1, 2, 3 in the top part. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom part of the inning. We go to the third, still 2-zip. Mississippi Elite.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Wherever life takes you, remember all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
Landon Joseph begins the top of the third for Ozark, Alabama. Hunter Whitehead, Jackson Dessinger due up in the inning 2. 2-zip lead. Mississippi Elite, their first 2 hitters that came to the plate, came in and scored, and that's been it thus far. 0-2 on Joseph. Here's the 0-2 offering outside. 1 ball, couple of strikes. One-two pitch. Got the outside part of the plate. There is K, number 2 in the game for Dakota Lee. And it's out number 1 in the third.
Now batting left fielder, number 8, Hunter Whitehead.
Hunter Whitehead batting with 1 gone, nobody aboard. Jackson Dessinger to the on-deck circle with his wrap back to the screen. Nothing in 1 on Whitehead. Mississippi Elite will have their top of the order, their 2-hitter near the top, coming to the plate when we get to the bottom part of the inning. But Ozark in no hurry to get to the bottom part. Would like to kind of hang around the top part of inning number 3. Lee's 1-1 offering. Popped up on the infield over in foul territory. Let's see if it's retrievable. It's not. And the count 1-2. One ball, couple of strikes. A lot of baseball here on JockJive.com still to come. Got Dixie baseball when the pre-majors gets to its final 4. Got Dixie Youth baseball and AA next weekend. Off the handle of Whitehead. Got Dixie Youth baseball coming up in August from Lumberton, North Carolina. Cal Ripken baseball from Branson, Missouri. Swing, a miss. It is dropped. It is picked up by Polk. Goes over to first and officially registers the out. Third strikeout of the game for Dakota Lee. Back-to-back here in the third of Joseph and Whitehead.
Now batting, center fielder number 11, Jackson Dessinger.
Jackson Dessinger with 2 gone and nobody on. First pitch fouled away. Carson Dunlap moving to the on-deck circle. Change-up misses outside and the count evens. One offering. It is low and away. 2-1. Well, let's see what's going on in Major League Baseball. At this time, might have some games near their end. Strike delivered. Count evens up at 2. Into the 7th. Yankees 6-3 over the Mets. Bottom of the 7th. Cubs in the first game of a doubleheader, leading the Cards 3-2. Top of the 9th. Blue Jays 4-1 over the Orioles. Braves Nationals postponed. And Padres Phillies postponed too. I think there's an awful lot of rain. And that's probably the logic for the postponement. And you can see the conversation going on there to the left side of your screen between the official and the coach. And apparently it is going to require more than one official. Well, I do not know, nor do I have any idea what the conversation is about, even if I were to speculate. And I really don't have much I can speculate on right now. It's a 2-2 count, 2 gone, nobody on. And the discussion with the umpires is a Mississippi Elite coach. Well, apparently the coach has gotten his either point across or the information that he wanted to obtain. Count is even at 2. Back into the box, Dassinger. Lee's 2-2 offering right back to Lee. And he will whip it over to first and get the out on the 1-3. 3 go up, 3 go down. It's the third consecutive inning. The top part that's happened. We go to the bottom part of the inning. 2, 3, and 4. Vance, Polk, and Odom all coming up.
In Morristown at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. And make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood Room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee Room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audiovisual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
Bottom of the third, Nicholas Vance leading things off. Blake Polk, Luke Odom, 2 up in the inning, 2. 37 minutes into the game, into the bottom of the third. Christian's got his warm-up, tosses in, and Blue just looked to Javon and said, okay, you want to throw any more? He said, nope, I'm ready to toss to a hitter.
Number 3.
And that hitter stepping in is Nicholas Vance. Vance is doubled. Advanced on an error, came in and scored a run in the first inning. One of a pair of runs that scored in inning number 1. Here's the Javon Christian toss. Good foul over towards left field. And it is 0-1. And now there is time, and apparently it's trying to get the Mississippi gentleman in the dugout who retrieved that fouled off pitch. Here's the 0-1 offering. It is low and away. One ball, one strike on Vance. Polk and Odom to follow. Bottom of the third, Christian's pitch inside. And it is 2-1. Hey, by the way, there's a shout-out number on the screen on the scoreboard. Let us know where you're watching the game from and then send a shout-out. Or send a shout-out, then let us know where you're watching the game from. 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. Walk handed out to Vance. And now Javon Christian after the walk getting a visit. It is the third walk he's handed out, and apparently that's it for Christian. So we got a new guy coming in as the Ozark squad will make a pitching change. Here in the third. So we'll take a look at the new pitcher and get to the numbers on Christian when we come back. It is hit hard by Polk left field. It will travel over the head of the left fielder. That is Jackson Desinger now at left. And tagged out coming home, Nicholas Vance. Strong throw in. Dunlap lays the tag on Vance. Polk will wind up at third, credited with a double, takes third on the throw to the plate. But there's one away. Well, it was hit hard by Polk, got over the head of Dasinger, who is now playing left field. Javon Christian has moved into center with the pitching change. Couple of pitches outside of the strike zone. As Max Bergreen moves from short to the mound. Ryan Ledford moves from second to short. 3 pitches outside of the strike zone. So a lot of defensive changes. Luke Odom walked his last plate appearance. That one's into the strike zone. And trying to see who is now at second. That could be Hunter Whitehead. And coming in from third and scoring on the walk, issued to Odom, is Blake Polk. And that is Hunter Whitehead, who is at second. So those are your changes.
Now batting, number 11.
3-zip Mississippi Elite advantage. So with the pitching change, putting Max Bergreen on the hill, obviously all kinds of changes as a result. Bergreen from short to the mound. New shortstop Ryan Ledford. New second baseman Hunter Whitehead. New left fielder Jackson Dasinger. New center fielder is Javon Christian. And I think everything else stays the same for Ozark. 3-zip Mississippi Elite lead, bottom of the third. Here's the Bergreen pitch to Reed Barlow. Count evens up 1 each. Dakota Lee moving to the on-deck circle. Blake Wilberding will follow. Bergreen a glance to first, then pitches outside. 4th game of the day, 6 total today. Last night we left the park a little after 8, maybe 8:30ish, maybe closer to 9. Get to short. Throw into first will not get the double play, but Ledford will get it to Whitehead on the 6-4 part of the 6-4-3 to get 1 out. And the base runner at first is Reed Barlow. One out for Dakota Lee. Blake Wilberding moving to the on-deck circle. Pitch caught the inside part of the plate to Lee. 2 balls and a strike here in the bottom of the third. 3-zip contest. Mississippi Elite getting a couple of runs in the first, picking up 1 here in the third. Ozark in the 4th gets back to the top of their order. Runner takes off. Only problem getting out of the block, and thrown out at second is Barlow. Well, he struggled just a little bit in the dirt around first, and that slowed down his progress. Thrown out at second. 1 run will plate. We go to the 4th. 3-zip Mississippi Elite.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Top of the fourth, top of the order, Carson Dunlap will lead things off for Ozark. A 3-zip Mississippi Elite lead. Swing and a miss, strike one on Dunlap. Max Bergreen, Harrison Gray, 2 up in the inning, 2. Blake Polk comes in and scores a run in the Mississippi third. It is lifted towards right field, but it will drop right into the mitt of Sam Mansell. And Carson Dunlap is out number 1.
Batting number 14, Max Bergreen.
One out for Max Bergreen. Bergreen with a fly out to the pitcher in the first. Harrison Gray to the on-deck circle. On the outside part of the plate, it goes to Bergreen. Bergreen starting the game at short, move to the mound when Javon Christian was pulled and sent to center field. Into the dirt with a lead pitch, and the count evens 1 each. And don't forget about subscribing to our YouTube channel. And got 2 other tasks, if you don't mind. When you open up a brand new browser, keep this game coverage going. Just open up a new browser, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. On Twitter, put @JockJive in the search engine, JockJive Sports in the search engine. On Facebook, hit the second. Robinson Fields goes to first. And Max Bergreen is out number 2. Two outs for Harrison Gray.
Now batting number 17, Harrison
Ryan Ledford moving to the on-deck circle. So @JockJive on Twitter, JockJive Sports on Facebook, and then of course find JockJive Sports on YouTube. Subscribe, follow, and like. Please. Not a demand, a request. 1-0 pitch to Gray, slaps it over towards short. Vance will field, goes to first, and 1-2-3 goes Ozark in the top of the fourth. 3.5 in, not quite an hour into this one. And we go to the bottom part of the fourth with 6, 7, and 8 Lee, Wilbur, Ding, and Mansell all coming up.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a
wherever life takes you, remember all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
Dakota lead.
Bottom of the fourth, Dakota Lee starts things off. Blake Wilberding, Sam Mansell, 2 up in the inning, 2. A 3-zip Mississippi Elite lead in the fourth as the pitch is on the outside part of the plate from Berggreen. Dakota Lee ground out to third in the first. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Hits it again to third. And the throw over to first is out, number 1. Harrison Gray Fields fires, and the 5-3 takes care of Dakota Lee. 1 gone for Blake Wilberding. Sam Mansell moving to the on-deck circle.
Now batting number 18, Blake Wilberding.
Berggreen's pitch, first one, slapped to second, gobbled up there by Whitehead, and Whitehead goes to first. Wilberding is out, number 2. 2 gone for Sam Mansell.
Now batting number 7, Sam Mansell.
Cade May will follow. Mansell flew out to center field. He was the first out in the second inning. 2 gone, nobody aboard. Bottom of the fourth, home half of the inning. Ozark picking up the sticks in the top part of the inning with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming to the plate, but thus far they just haven't had an answer for Dakota Lee. 1 base hit, and that was Carson Dunlap, first guy that faced Dakota Lee. Hit by the pitch, Mansell. And a base runner on for Cade May.
Now batting number 31, Cade May.
Sam Mansell over at first, hit by the pitch from Berggreen. Throw goes over to first, and getting back safely is Mansell. Still left on our agenda here. Got the final game in pool play coming up. West Seminole will take on DeQuincy, Louisiana. And then it's bracket play. Wiregrass and Monroe coming up. Here's the 0-1 offering to Cade May, who struck out looking his last plate appearance. That one missed just a little bit inside, and the count evens up. Shout out says, good luck Mississippi Elite from the Wilberdings in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thanks so much, Wilberdings in Hattiesburg. Into the strike zone, 1 and 2. 2 gone, 1 aboard. We are in the fourth, home half of the inning. A 3-zip Mississippi Elite lead. Wrapped over towards short. And the throw over to first is in time from Ryan Ledford. 4 go up, 3 go down. Mansell's hit by a pitch, stays aboard. Nobody scores in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth. Still 3 for Mississippi Elite. Ozark looking for their first run.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. It was that The protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Leading off number 13, Ryan Ledford.
Top of the fifth, Ryan Ledford starting things off. Blaine McDaniel, Jackson Chaney due up in the inning 2. Pitches fouled away. Well, if you win this, the Pool E, then you're playing at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and taking on the winner of Pool D. And in Pool D, let's see who's doing what. Got DeQuincy, Louisiana, taking on West Seminole, Florida. So Cana, Virginia is in that pool as well. Cana has lost twice in playing today. You've got Enterprise. They're a strong team in D. They have beaten DeQuincy and they've beaten West Seminole, so all they've got to do is beat Cana to advance. There's a base hit, second one of the game. And it's a leadoff single in the fifth for Ozark. So they will get their first base runner since the first inning. It happens to begin the fifth.
Now batting number 3.
Blaine McDaniel to the plate with the base runner on. So it looks like, you know, if you're playing the odds, that the winner of this one takes on Enterprise at 9 tomorrow. Still got some games to go, but based on prior play, Enterprise has got to be the favorite to take the pool. And as I mentioned, we know Pool A and B, Wiregrass Cards, have captured A. Monroe, Louisiana, B. This one will decide C. I'll make that E. This one will decide E. Charlotte County, with their victory a few moments ago over Calhoun, is in as the C champ. And that would leave only D to decide. And as I mentioned, they play at 4 o'clock this afternoon, Enterprise and Cana, but based at least on previous play, you're thinking Enterprise has got a good shot at being the D rep. So as it stands now, Wiregrass, Monroe, Charlotte County, probably Enterprise, and the winner of this one into bracket play. Throw down to first, and Ledford able to get back safely. Two balls, one strike. McDaniel awaits. He wrapped into the 1-3 as the middle out in the second inning. Fouls that one away to run the count even at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody gone in the top of the fifth. 1 hour into the game. Fouled away again. And again. And the count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Want a copy of any game of the World Series pool player bracket? Ask for a download. Pitch inside and the count runs full. $5 per game. We'll email you an electronic invoice, and then we'll email you files of the game. You can burn your own DVD. Info@JockJive.com. info at JockJive.com. On the inside part of the plate, and McDaniel strikes out. Ledford still over at first. For Lee, that is K number 4 in the game.
Jackson Chansey.
And Jackson Chaney coming to the plate. Pitch is outside. Landon Joseph to follow. Need to add a C to Chaney's name, by the way. I didn't put the C between the N and the E. So that is Jackson Chansey. Foul out of play, and the count evens at 1 on Chansey. Landon Joseph moving to the on-deck circle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. 3-run contest. Mississippi Elite, 2 runs in the first, and a run in the third. Pitch goes outside. Throw over to first, and able to get back safely is Ledford. Chansey wrapped into the 4-3. He was the last out in the second inning, 0 for 1 in the game. Ozark leading off the 1st and 5th with base hits. Carson Dunlap in the 1st, and here in the 5th, Ryan Ledford. Chance of getting a piece of it to stay alive. Bottom part of the inning, it is the top of the order coming to the plate. Hunter Robinson, Nicholas Vance, and Blake Polk. Count full at 3-2 on Chansey. Here's Lee's payoff. Instead, the throw to first. Safely back, Ledford. No walks in the game thus far for Dakota Lee. Doesn't get it there, though, and there's the first walk issued. Couple of base runners on as Chansey gets aboard. That brings the tying run to the plate here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting number 26.
And now Dakota Lee is going to be paid a visit.
Joseph.
And let's see if he is replaced or this is just a chit-chat. 3-zip ball game. Lee has given up a pair of base hits. They were both singles. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th. This is the first walk he has issued to Chansey. And it is the first time that Ozark has had simultaneous runners on. Chansey and Ledford on. And really no initial indications that Dakota Lee's coming out. And you wouldn't think so. He's thrown enough pitches to where he's burned out from the standpoint of won't be able to pitch on Sunday. So you're going to squeeze as much life out of the baseball pitching of Lee as you can. One away, 2 aboard, then 1 out. Blaine McDaniel. McDaniel strikes out looking. And now a strike into the zone to Joseph. Landon Joseph struck out looking in the 3rd. He was the first out of the inning. Hunter Whitehead moving to the on-deck circle. Outside with a pitch to even it up at 1. A ball is striking out. And a swing and miss by Joseph. 1-2. Ozark would like to get something out of the top part of the fifth, even if it is a run. Would prefer that goose egg be off the board before they get to the bottom of the fifth. Joseph will strike out. Fifth strikeout of the game for Lee, and there's 2 gone.
Whitehead.
Swing and a miss by Whitehead. Jackson Bassinger moving to the on-deck circle. 0-1 on Whitehead. Whitehead struck out in the third. Has a couple of base runners on here in the fifth. Swings and misses. And quickly 0-2. To pitch. Hit to left. And drifting back to make the catch is Cade May. Well, it didn't look as routine as it did initially off the stick for May. Still able to bring it in, get the out. A couple of base runners left on. Nobody scores at the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the inning. 3-zip. The advantage belongs to Mississippi Elite.
In Moorestown, at the Best Western Plus Moorestown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. And make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair, and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood Room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee Room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audio-visual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
Wherever life takes you, remember all roads lead to Econo Lodge. We make travel easy. Econo Lodge, easy stop on the road.
Bottom of the fifth, top of the order. Hunter Robinson starting things off. Nicholas Vance, Blake Polk due up in the inning, 2. 3-zip Mississippi Elite lead. Ozark threatening in the top of the fifth. Had a couple of base runners on, Lenford and Chansey. Hit to short and travels right between the legs of Lenford. So the error has got Robinson on to begin the Mississippi Elite fifth.
Now batting, number 3, Nicholson Vance.
And a base runner aboard for Nicholas Vance. Vance is doubled and walked. 1 for 1 with a run scored. Blake Polk moving to the on-deck circle. Shout out says, let's go Elite from Holly May. On this lead, guys, go Elite from Kitty Barlow. Kitty and Holly, thanks so much. Out of the strike zone with the opening pitch to Vance. Burr Green pitching to Vance. 1 aboard. The error gets Robinson on. He's over at first, has the lead there, being held on by McDaniel. And Burr Green's pitch hits Vance. And now a couple of base runners on.
Now batting, number 9, Blake Polk.
Couple of base runners aboard, a 3-zip contest. Mississippi Elite trying to add more. It is punted right back to Bergreen. Look to third, and instead will go over to first. Got the out. Good job by Hunter Whitehead. Whitehead comes over from his 2-bag spot and got there late. Slid in, though, while making the catch to get the out on the sacrifice. But the sacrifice does as intended. Gets Robinson to third and Vance to second.
Now batting number 4, Luke Odom.
One away for Luke Odom. And apparently the official has told people to stay in the dugout, and they're not, and he has issued a warning. Well, in Dixie baseball, by the way, if you are tossed out of a game, it is that game that you stay out of. You don't exit any upcoming games, so there may not necessarily be an incentive from that vantage point. But the sway, the factor that should determine really, and that is the simple fact the umpire asked. But now he has warned. High with a pitch to Odom after a wild pitch from Bergreen. And the count goes 2-0. Odom with a couple of walks. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Maureen Barlow moving to the on-deck circle. Couple of base runners aboard. That one is smashed towards left field, and it is going to get over the head of Jackson Dassinger. Robinson will come in and score. Vance will round third, come in and score 2. It's a double for Luke Odom that drives in a pair of runs. And it looks like Bergreen is leaving. And gotten a little wild with the pitches and then gives up the 2-run double to Luke Odom. And Bergreen finished on the bump. New pitcher coming in, Mississippi Elite leading it by 5. The new pitcher is the former first baseman Blaine McDaniel. Max Bergreen leaves after working 2 1/3 innings, facing 11, giving up a pair of hits, a walk, no strikeouts. Did give up 3, and there is a runner on that would be his responsibility at second. Into the strike zone to Reed Barlow. Bergreen goes back to short. It is hit to shallow center field, winds up in center field, coming in to score. And is run number 6 as Luke Odom delivers. And at first is Reed Barlow with the RBI single.
Now batting, number 25, Dakota Lee.
And the lead goes to 6 as Dakota Lee comes to the plate. Harrison Gray has moved over to first to take McDaniel's place. And now at third is Ryan Ledford, who started at second, went to short when Bergreen went to the hill, and is now over at third. Dakota Lee wrapping it to short. Bergreen fields, goes to second for 1, throw on to first. Doesn't get 2, but does get the lead runner. So Lee wraps into the 6-4 put out. Out number 2, Lee the base runner at first.
Now batting, number 18, Blake Wilberding.
And Blake Wilberding coming to the plate. He is 0 for 2, is ground out to first. And he has ground out to second. Sam Mansell to the on-deck circle. 1 hour, 20 minutes into this one. So 30 minutes left on the clock. One ball, no strikes to Wilberding. Outside again, 2-0. Lee's got his lead over at first. There was a swing and a miss. Throw goes down to first. And that's going to bounce away from Gray. Looked like it might have hit Gray when it bounced. And I think it did. Gray now trying to shake it off, and Dakota Lee will wind up at second in scoring position. So the throw down from Dunlap. Bouncing up and apparently catching Gray somewhere around the Adam's apple. Error charge, that is the 4th one against Ozark. Blake Wilberding back into the box with a 3-0 count. Blaine McDaniel in relief of Max Bergreen, who relieved Javon Christian. Here's the McDaniel pitch. It is on the outside part, 3-1. And now the officials confirm. And that meaning for the purpose of confirming what the pitch count is, it's apparently 2-2. There is a couple of strikes on the board as it is wrapped foul. So it's either 2-2 or 3-2. Wilberding stepping back into the box. Base runner at second is Lee. Lee going to third, swing and a miss. And Ozark Won't worry about Lee at third because the Wilberding strikeout is out number 3. But a productive inning for Mississippi Elite. They will get 3 out of the inning and double their lead to 6. We go to the 6th. It's a 6-zip Elite lead.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Top of the 6th, near the bottom of the order, Hunter Whitehead will start things off. Actually make that Jackson Dassinger starting things off. Whitehead ended the 5th with a fly out to left field. And Jackson Dassinger will start things off in the 6th for Ozark. Carson Dunlap, Max Bergreen due up in the inning 2. Looking at time, it's 1 hour, 23 minutes in. And it appears this game will make the 7th. Got probably the time to do so. Dassinger, Dunlap, Bergreen rather. 2 up in the inning. Bottom of the 5th, Robinson, Vance, Odom all scoring, fouled away. Dassinger has wrapped into a 1-3. His second plate appearance comes here in the 6th. His first one was in the 3rd. Shout out says, we needed those 2 runs. Brant Barlow. Thank you very much, Brant. Got them and then some. 6 total. Out of the strike zone with the pitch, and the count evens at 2. Couple of balls, couple of strikes. Two offering. Comes in low, 3-2. Just about every single game going the 1 hour, 50 minutes. We just have not had 90-minute games. Walk issued to Dassinger, and he will be at first to begin the 6th.
Now batting number 1, Carson Dunlap.
To the top of the order we go. Carson Dunlap next. He's been to the plate now 3 times. First 2, 1 for 2. Had a single in the first, popped out to right field in the 4th. Max Bergreen to the on-deck circle. Leads pitch into the strike zone. Max Bergreen next. Dunlap awaits. Throw to first. Able to get back safely is Dassinger. Let's see West Seminole here. Getting ready to get their last pool play game in. Throw goes down to first, and diving back in safely, Dassinger will hop up as the ball gets away from first baseman Madison. And safely at second is Dassinger. So the first error of the game for Mississippi Elite. It's Dassinger at second. Into the strike zone, 1 and 2. Well, you could tell by the body language of Dunlap that he thought about it. Laid off of the pitch. Now probably having second thoughts. West Seminole and Quincy are next. Swing a miss, and Dunlap will strike out for out number 1. That is the 6th K of the game for Lee.
Now batting number 14, Max Bergreen.
Max Bergreen to the plate. On the outside part of the plate, it goes to Bergreen. He is 0 for 2, has popped out to the pitcher and ground out to second. Has Dassinger at second, an RBI opportunity. Not many chances for Ozark in this one. They got Ledford to second in the 5th, have Dassinger at second in the 6th. Haven't had anybody 90 feet from home at third yet. Blue saying that Bergreen went around on the swing and the count evens at 1. Or make that a 1-2 count. 1 ball, couple of strikes. Lee stepping off the bump. Back to second goes Dassinger. Bergreen awaiting the 1-2 offering. Harrison Gray is on deck. Lee's pitch just a little bit outside and the count evens. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 aboard. Lee's pitch. Too far inside. Count runs full, 3 and 2 on Bergreen. 1 away, top of the 6th. 1 hour, 30 minutes in, 20 away from the time limit. Right back up the middle. And now the runner is going to get tagged out. So Bergreen wraps it right back up the middle instead of taking the out. Lee wanted to keep the shutout intact. And chases down Dassinger for out number 2.
Now batting, number 17, Harrison Gray.
Two gone, Harrison Gray to the plate, wrapped into a 1-3 and a 6-3. Just a little bit outside from the Dakota Lee pitch. Ryan Ledford to the on-deck circle. Ozark would like to get something out of the 6th. They really don't want to go to the 7th, needing to plate all of their runs. Would like to chip away at the lead just a bit. Mississippi Elite likes where they're at. 6-run lead. 2 gone, base runner in first, Harrison Gray. Ground out to the pitcher in short, throw goes to second, and he's going to be tagged out. Slides right into the tag, Bergreen, and what a throw down from Polk. Wound up in the mitt of Vance and plenty of time to get Bergreen.
Pitch count 80.
Nobody scores in the top of the 6th. We're headed to the bottom of the inning. It's a 6-zip Mississippi Elite lead.
In Morristown, at the Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel. When checking in, be sure to show your Best Western Rewards card and earn points. And make yourself at home in their spacious lobby, plenty of seating room, and a large screen TV await. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast served from 6 to 10 each day, where you can make your own waffle in the breakfast room. For your comfort, you'll find kitchenettes, suites, king and queen size beds, a dining table, a work desk, and a chair, and LCD televisions in their rooms. They also have accommodations for conferences, banquets, and meetings. The Oakwood Room can accommodate up to 160 guests. The Cherokee Room is perfect for a business retreat and can accommodate up to 80 guests. Audio-visual equipment and catering are available to make your event special. Just give them a call to check rates and book one of their meeting or banquet rooms today. The Best Western Plus Morristown Conference Center Hotel.
7, Sam Mansell.
Bottom of the 6th, Sam Mansell leading things off. Sends it to center field. Christian backed up, then steps up and makes the catch. There's one away.
Now batting number 31.
Cade May next. 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out and ground out. Well, and Ozark is apparently making a change somewhere. And now the official coming over to call the balls and strikes, and we think it is Trevor Morris who is the new second baseman. It maybe officially was not in the book. So Trevor Morris is now playing second for Ozark and needed to make him official. On the inside part of the plate, it goes to May. One away. Bottom of the 6th. Outside, and the count evens up at 1. Top of the order next, Hunter Robinson. Outside again. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, nobody on. The game that decides who represents Pool E in bracket play. Out of the strike zone again, 3-1. Into the strike zone. May had already tossed the stick thinking he was taking a walk to first, but Lou says back into the box, son. Payoff pitch on the outside part. And May will strike out for out number 2.
Now batting number
2
12,
gone.
Hunter
Back to the top
Robinson.
of the order. Hunter Robinson next. He has singled. He has ground out. He's reached on an error. 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scoring. So Ozark down to their final 3 outs in the top part of the 7th. And will try to rally and plate more runs in the 7th. And obviously 1 through 6. Trying to make the 7th inning the big inning. Of course, there again, that's the thing about baseball. You can have 1 big inning, and that determines the game. 3 pitches outside of the strike zone to Robinson. Nicholas Vance to the on-deck circle. On the corner, 3-1. Mississippi Elite. Obvious advantage. They want to be playing in tomorrow's bracket play. On the corner again, 3-2. And we're back to another payoff pitch. Here's the 3-2 offering. It is sent foul. might have dropped into the pool under construction. Across the street, that's where they're building a pool as part of the recreational improvements here in the city of Ozark. That is dropped by Morris. Tried to track it down, could not. Had three guys nearby, but a difficult catch for any of the three, and Morris couldn't bring it in. That will be a base hit for Hunter Robinson.
Number 3, Nicholson Vance.
Nicholson Vance next. He has doubled, walked, and been hit by a pitch. Fouls the first Blaine McDaniel pitch back to the screen. Two gone, one on. Runner goes, popped up right side. And there the catch will be made. Landon Joseph bringing it in for out number 3. One base hit. That is the 6th one of the game for Mississippi's Elite. They leave one on. That's the 5th they've stranded. And we head the 7th with Ozark needing 6. Mississippi Elite content with a shutout. We come back after this.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ozark, a quaint southern town in southeast Alabama, home of Fort Rucker, the world's largest helicopter training facility, and the Army Aviation Museum. While you're in Ozark, enjoy unique shopping and dining. Visit our beautifully manicured downtown square, home of Claybank Jamboree and the Ozark Crawdad and Music Festival. Relax at Ed Lisenby Lake with its excellent fishing and 3-mile walking and birding trail. But no baseball enthusiast can leave Ozark without visiting historic Eagle Stadium, built in 1946. Come enjoy Ozark.
Top of the 7th, Harrison Gray starting things off. Ozark needing a huge 7th inning. Mississippi Elite hoping to preserve the shutout. Harrison Gray, Ryan Ledford, Blaine McDaniel due up in the inning for Ozark. Producing 2 base hits. And there were hits that led off the inning. Dunlap to begin the game. Ledford to begin the 5th. Gray 0 for 2 in the game. Here's the 0-2 offering. Sent foul, it stays, no balls and a couple of strikes. Harrison Gray wrapping into the 1-3 is the last out in the first, the 6-3 to end the 4th, and fouls it out of play again. Well, it is sunny. I don't see anything ominous looking as we speak. Of course, it is the South and things could change quickly, but looking good. One ball, couple of strikes. Out of the strike zone, and the count evens up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, leadoff hitter here in the 6th. One team will advance to bracket play. The other will finish with a 2-1 pool play mark in Pool E. Just a little bit outside, and the count runs full. Here is the Dakota Lee payoff. He hasn't walked many, and it is fouled off. As a matter of fact, he has walked 1. It has been an excellent performance on the hill for Dakota Lee. Three-two toss. Able to get a piece of it again is Gray, and stays alive. Here's another payoff. Foul off. Well, we're going to go about it. Hour 50 on this one. I don't know that, and we're talking now, 16 games in. But I think every single game has gone an hour 50 or better. I don't think we've had anything end at, say, an hour 30. In towards short. Grabbed on the short hop by Vance over to first. And there's one away. And we are currently 4 minutes away from the time limit, but we're going to wrap up the 7th, obviously.
Now batting, number 13, Ryan Ledford.
Let's pitch count. It got to be done. 91.
Ryan Ledford with one away. Ledford has struck out. He is singled. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Blaine McDaniel moving to the on-deck circle. 1-0 pitch. High and inside. And now coach coming to the dugout. About 93 pitches into the stint on the hill for Dakota Lee. And are we going to get a new pitcher, or is he going to work the max? 6-0 advantage, Mississippi Elite. 2-0 count, 1 away, nobody aboard. We are in the 7th, top part of the inning. Last game of pool play for both coming in with a 2-0 mark, but hadn't played one another until now. And apparently Dakota Lee going to try to finish this one out. It is hit to short. Vance Fields to first, and there's 2 gone. Well, don't forget about following us on Facebook and Twitter, subscribing to our YouTube channel, at JockJive on Twitter, JockJive Sports on Facebook. And yes, we get you all kinds of information. We get you score schedules and more, but you're doing us a favor. We like lots of followers and lots of likes as the strike is delivered. And when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you've got direct access to all the youth sports, the high school stuff we do as well. That is a base hit into left center field. And the 2-out Blaine McDaniel base hit has a base runner on for Ozark, as they will try to pull off the improbable, a 2-out big-time rally. Trevor Morris coming to the plate, batting for Jackson Chansey. Morris came in to play second in the bottom of the 6th, and now into the box.
Now batting number 9, Javon Christian.
No, actually, that is Javon Christian batting. So Javon Christian batting. And we'll hit it to third. It is taken there by Odom over to first, the out, and the ball game is finished. 6.5, and it's a victory for Mississippi Elite. With a victory, they will advance to bracket play, and Ozark will wrap up their pool play at 2-1. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You want a copy of the game? Email us info@jockjive.com. It's a Mississippi Elite win, 6-0. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.
The Quincy West Seminole first pitch.